This is the 28th episode of God's Chosen podcast. Today we are going to talk about seeds of doubt, where they come from and why. We are also going to talk about fear and lack as well. Let's dive in. Enjoy.
What up, chosen ones? It's your boy, God's Chosen. Another beautiful day. So today, I want to talk about a few different things. We're going to talk about God. We're going to talk about some things, how you know when something is going on. How do you know when you're being attacked? How do you know when something is wrong, when you don't feel like yourself? I'm going to touch on a few different things. So the first thing we're going to talk about is, when I was under attack, and how I knew I was under attack was I was just in this doubt energy. I was in this fear energy. I was in this lack energy, always thinking the worst things. And I knew, that's not me. I knew that's not my energy. And see, when you're close to achieving your goals, the devil will throw everything at you. They will make you doubt that what you believe is actually true and right. They will try to put doubts on you so that you stagnate, you hesitate, you don't make the moves that you're supposed to make. You don't make the moves that you know are going to benefit you. You see, they want you in a state of confusion. If you're in a state of confusion, you can't make moves. You're scared, right? That's where they want you. Because in those states is where he can control you. He can try to manipulate you further. So if you are in a state of confusion, a state of doubt, a state of fear, and you're thinking about any kind of lack mentality, that's how you know you are under spiritual attack. Especially if it's constant to the point where you can't take action. That means you are under attack. And the only way to overcome those things is to actually go through them, bust through them. You got to attack fear with courage. You got to attack doubt with certainty, with faith, knowing that you are on the right path. You are on the right track. Your heart, your intuition would never steer you wrong. You got to know that. You got to believe that. You got to have faith. Because worry is a tool of the enemy to throw you off. Because if you worrying, you ain't making no progress, right? If you confused, you can't move, right? You at the crossroads, so to speak. You don't know which way to go. But you do know which way to go. And that's why you are getting attacked. Because if you were going the wrong way, you wouldn't get no attack. It would be smooth sailing if you was doing the wrong thing. How you know that you're going the right way and you doing the right thing is because you are getting attacked. Trying to keep you from your milk and honey, your promised land. They don't want you to reach it. So they throwing all the things they could think of. They throwing confusion. They throwing doubt. Trying to keep you in fear. Oh, if you do this, it's going to be the wrong move. What if this happens? What if that happens? They feeding on the fact that you have fear and you have doubt. And if you have those things, they feed into it to make them bigger and greater. Don't fall for the trap. Know what you know. What you believe to be true is true. Don't let them trick you. Don't fall for it. I had to go through it myself, so I know what it is. You got to affirm the truth and stand on it. Know your truth. Because the lies are coming from the enemy. The lies are meant to mislead you and throw you off course. Don't fall for the okie doke. And I remember going through it. It was constant. It was constant. It was just constant. It was like, it was so constant that it really got my attention. And I was like, yeah, something ain't right here. And I knew what it was. And I knew what I had to do. You had to basically do the opposite of whatever the fear is keeping you from, the doubt is keeping you from. And that's how you break this. You break it. That's how you break it up. That's how you overcome it. Because if you know there's something that you want to do or something you're supposed to do, if your intuition is guiding you to do something, take some sort of action, and you're having all this doubt, anxiety, fear, and worry, those are tricks of the enemy trying to keep you from doing that thing. And once you do that thing, you break the spell of the enemy. And now you can move forward, which was what they were trying to prevent the whole time. They were trying to prevent you from moving forward. So if there's an energy in your life that doesn't want you to move forward, that's where this is coming from. If there's an energy in your life right now that wants you to stagnate, that wants you to doubt that you are making the right moves, that's where this is coming from. When you are really close to your manifestations is when you will see the most pushback. When you are right there about to walk through the door, you're going to see it. You're going to feel like all this wind coming up against you all of a sudden, because they don't want you to cross. They don't want you to walk through that door and achieve your wish fulfillment. They don't want to see you on the other side achieving something that they feel you shouldn't achieve. You shouldn't get something they can't have. They don't want you to achieve what they don't have or what they've never had. They don't want to see you happy because they have no happiness. Sometimes it could be the person next to you. It could be a close relationship. They may never tell you. But if you pay attention, you'll see it. You can't ignore the signs. I saw something the other day where a young lady celebrating with her friends because she opened her own beauty shop. She was partying with her friends in the shop. Did you know that her friends, quote unquote friends, poisoned her right there during the party? So she passed. I don't know if it was right during the party, but I know they poisoned her. More than likely, because I saw a bottle in her hand, more than likely it was at the party. It may have taken effect later. But yeah, she passed because she had some jealous friends. Like, wow. That kind of blows my mind a little bit, because how could you do that? you really like have nothing going on in your life to the point where you feel like you've got to rain on somebody else's parade because you don't have that, hey, you can't get up off your butt and go get it. That's wild to me how people are like that, man. It's just wild to me. And it's wild to me because I'm a creator. If I don't have something and I want it, I go create it. If there's something that's not around, I'm going to invent that shit. I'm going to invent it. If I need something and it's not around, I'm going to invent it. You know what I mean? I don't feel like I have any limits whatsoever. None. But clearly, like, what happened to being happy for somebody? I mean, like, truly, genuinely happy for somebody because they doing it. Like, all of those friends, if they was thinking optimistically, they could have had the hookup on getting their hair done, whatever, right? Their nails done, whatever. But they was so jealous, or one of them was so jealous that they decided to take her out so she couldn't have her dream. We just got to be wary of the people around us, man. It's just crazy to me. Like, when you having your moments, like, check for real who's really happy for you. Check for real. Like, you know, this remind me of a Mean Girl situation. You know, all the gossiping behind the back and the slander, you know, that's what it's reminding me of. But we got to get that out of our hearts, man. We got to be grateful that we even know this person. This person is leveling up and we know them. So by our association with them, we can level up too. Sis, how did you do this? What were the steps you took to open your shop? I want to know. I want to open a shop too. Or maybe you have another dream. Sis, what were the steps you took to get here so I could follow those steps and do my own thing? But nah, y'all want to take her out? That's wild. And it's so lack mentality, so low vibrational. But that's what these people, they don't have no intelligence. You feel me? They lack intelligence, and the jealousy is way more prevalent in them than their brain. They're using their brain to think of how this situation could actually benefit them if they were thinking the right thing. I'm going to tell y'all, don't doubt. Don't doubt. Doubt has nowhere, doubt has no, doubt should have no presence in your life. Especially if you feel like you're on the right path. Like, if you have any doubt whatsoever, take it to God and clear it. Take it to God and clear it. There's no reason to doubt. If God has put something in your spirit, there's no need to doubt because God has already taken care of everything that you would have thought about, even more than you would have thought about once you go through with the actions that he's telling you to do. So all the little things that you would be worried about and thinking about and being in your head about, God has already took care of that. All those things are already handled. You just don't know that because you're over here doubting. If you were moving in faith, you would actually see once you cross that bridge, it's better than you could have ever imagined. Everything's already taken care of. And then you're going to look back over the bridge and you're going to be like, why was I doubting? The beautiful thing, though, about that is it builds up your faith. It builds up your faith so you no longer have to doubt. You no longer have to worry. The next time you're in a situation where doubt tries to show its head, you already know God got me. I ain't got to worry about nothing. I ain't got to doubt nothing. It's all good. You know what I'm saying? So never doubt what God has put in place for you, and never doubt your abilities, because you are stronger than you think. The only limitations we have are the limitations we place on ourselves. Remember that. There is no reason to fear. False evidence appearing real. That's the acronym. False evidence appearing real. There is no reason to fear at all. But there is every reason to trust. Trust that the things that you are manifesting will come to light. Trust that all the things that would be obstacles will be taken care of. Trust that God got you still. He will not let you fail. But you got to believe. You got to know with certainty. There's no room for fear. Anyone that's trying to impose fear on you, get away from them. They no good for you. They're trying to project their fears onto you. And by doing that, making fear a real thing for you. But you got to understand that, right? You got to look at the situation for what it is, right? When there are opposing forces, when two people want different things, y'all at war. It is what it is. And sometimes in war, people are going to do whatever they think they have to do in order to keep one party stuck, in order to keep one party from winning, so to speak, in order to keep one party from moving forward, clearing the hurdles, and achieving whatever it is they want to achieve to win this war. So the thing that I would say, know that you are in a war. Know that you are in a battle and keep fighting. Don't quit. It's a lot easier to quit sometimes, but to me, if there's anything that I want, if God put this desire in my spirit, and now I decide this desire is something that I want to make it a goal, I want to achieve this particular goal, I'm not quitting. For what? I'm not quitting. I already expect obstacles. I expect haters. I expect that the book is going to be thrown at me. I'm ready. Because if I really want this thing, then it's worth fighting for. It doesn't matter how many things get thrown at me. I will recognize everything that's being thrown at me and I will eliminate it. I will not be stopped. Are you kidding me? What? Never. I'm on that. I will not be denied. I will not be tricked. Oh my God. Look, I'm gonna tell y'all a little story real quick. So there was a situation where people were coming up against me. Can you believe that? Why would they want to come up against little old me? Huh? Such a nice guy, right? Right? Such a nice guy, right? Such a cool guy, right? Yeah, but they were trying to come up against me. And then they saw the other side of me. Not so nice, not so cool. But hey, you know, you gotta learn these lessons sometimes, right? But anyway, back to the story. So they were sending people at me to entice me. They were sending women at me to lay down with me, to trip me up, right? To try to get in my head, get in my heart space, right? But I immediately rejected all of that. And the reason why I rejected all of that is because I know what I want. I know what's for me. And even though something may appear to be nice, may appear to be beautiful, may appear to be tempting, I'm not falling for that. I already know what God has put in my spirit. Anything else is a distraction. I'm not falling for it. So that plan didn't work. You see, a lot of things that work with simple-minded people are not going to work with me. Because a simple-minded person is stuck in their ego. They are stuck, full of pride, and they have trauma. They need validation. They need all this attention from all these different people to feel like they're worth something. And they've got to have every female. They got to have every female they see. They got to holler at every female they see. Okay, if that's what you want to do that. That's not me. I don't need to holler at every female I see. Every female I see doesn't deserve my time. Every female I see doesn't deserve the experience. I'm not simple. And it's not even about looks. I could give a damn how a female looks as far as if she's trying to approach me. She could be the baddest thing. She could be the baddest thing. But it's not about looks. That will never entrap me. It's about what I feel. Internally, it's about my intuition. It's about if I feel this is the right move or not. And I'll be testing them. I'll be testing them anyway. You know what I mean? But I already know what's for me and what's not for me. So all this other stuff is, I'm going to call it what it is. Distractions. Trying to distract me so that I take my eyes off the goal. Trying to distract me so I don't achieve whatever it is I'm trying to achieve. These are the traps that a lot of men fall into, getting caught up with these females. And now they have a situation with this female because they moved They move so quick with this female, only to find out this chick is a psycho. She crazy, like batshit crazy. Where had they took their time to do the homework, they would have found out they don't want nothing to do with this person. You know, a lot of times we jump into situations real quick and then we find out, oh, I don't want this, because we move too fast. They're not even compatible like that. You know? Be wary of the traps, y'all. Be wary of the traps. The traps and the distractions. Everything that glitters is not gold. And that's real. That thing is on crack today. Really, really. But don't fall for the mind tricks, y'all. Don't fall for the mind trick. If you're experiencing any doubt, any fear, any lack mindset, bust through it. Bust through it. Overcome it. Face it directly and do your thing. Once you get through all of that, I want you to forgive yourself. Forgive yourself for doubting. Forgive yourself for having fear. Forgive yourself for being in that lack mindset and letting those thoughts invade your mind as long as you did. Forgive yourself for letting those thoughts invade your mind as long as you did. And move forward. Forgiveness is big because you forgive yourself for whatever actions you may have taken that you feel like you need to forgive yourself for. There are no saints on this planet right now. Nobody out here is a saint. So we all have to forgive ourselves when we slip up. But we just got to own our stuff. You know what I'm saying? We make a mistake, we got to own it and fess up to the mistake. And then we heal from it through forgiveness. And if there's a party involved that we wronged, we got to make it right with that party so we can both heal. And then we can all move forward to whatever the next stage is. What we should not do is sit on these thoughts and sit on these feelings and think like it's going to go away. It's not going to go away. It's just going to be stagnant. And it's just going to sit in your body, sit in your brain, sit in your mind, and it's going to possibly make you overwhelmed. Because you have some things that you're holding on to that you need to release. And that is for your own benefit. That is for your own health. If nothing else, do it for you. Do it for you. Let go of the things you're holding on to so that you can move forward. Life is short. We don't know if tomorrow is promised or not. We can't take tomorrow for granted. We can't keep putting off what we know we got to do. Oh, I'll do it tomorrow. Tomorrow comes, I'll do it tomorrow. Nah, we got to do it now. Tomorrow may not come. It's not a guarantee that everybody we know will be here tomorrow. If you had a loved one and you had to say something to your loved one and you've been keeping it in and you think you're going to hold on to it until you're ready, What if your loved one leaves before you ever express to them how much you actually care? If you actually had a chance to speak with them and heal whatever situation that y'all was going through, and you didn't do it because you was waiting until you felt ready. And then your loved one passed away, and now you got to sit with that for the rest of your life, knowing that you could have resolved the situation and you didn't because you waited and waited and waited. And now your loved one is no longer here to get the message. That's a tough pill to swallow. And it's unnecessary. The one thing that we always got to do, regardless of the outcome, stand in your truth. Be who you are. If you are still discovering who you are, then meet yourself halfway. Meet yourself halfway and realize that I may not be who I want to be fully, but even then, I can still speak my truth. I am still evolving into the person that I want to be. And the person who I want to be is someone who speaks their truth. Go ahead and be that. Be the embodiment of who you want to be. It doesn't matter what other people say. It doesn't matter what other people think. The only opinion that matters is yours and God's. That's it. Nobody else's opinion matters. Don't fall into that trap of thinking that other people's opinions are worth giving it that much credence that it stops you from taking action. Don't fall for it, people. Stand in your truth. And with that, I'm out. It's God's Chosen. Y'all be cool. It's another beautiful day. Peace.